Welcome to Speak Fast English Polyglots, the podcast that will supercharge your English with fascinating stories. Today, you're going to discover one of the most inspiring stories of our time. Imagine a 15-year-old girl facing armed men with only one weapon, her voice. Today, you'll find out how Malala Yousafzai turned 3 bullets to the head into the loudest cry for education the world has ever heard. From the silent valleys of Pakistan to the stage of the Nobel Peace Prize, this is the story of how an ordinary student became the voice of 130 million girls without a school. Get ready for a story that will give you goosebumps, make your heart race, and, as a bonus, supercharge your English in an incredible way. And if you really want to master English through fascinating stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because every week we bring a new adventure that will transform your fluency. Now grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's dive into the most inspiring saga you've ever heard. It all began on July 12, 1997, in the beautiful Swat Valley of Pakistan. Among snow-capped mountains and crystal-clear rivers, a girl named Malala Yousafzai was born. Her father, Ziauddin, was an extraordinary man. He ran a school and believed deeply in education. When Malala was born, many neighbors said, "What a shame, it's just a girl." But Ziauddin looked at his daughter and declared, "This girl will soar high like an eagle." The name Malala comes from a local legend, a brave Afghan warrior who inspired her people in battle. "You carry the name of a heroine," her father always told her, and how right he was. Malala grew up in a home where books were treasures and knowledge was power. While other girls in the region were kept at home, Malala ran to school every day, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Why can't girls study like boys?" she asked. Her father smiled. "My daughter, you can do anything you want. Never let anyone tell you otherwise." In 2007, when Malala was just 10 years old, everything changed. The Taliban, an extremist group, came to the Swat Valley like a dark storm. They began imposing strict rules. Women couldn't leave home without a man. Music was forbidden. TVs were destroyed. And worst of all, girls could no longer go to school. "Girls don't need to study," the Taliban leaders announced over loudspeakers. "They should stay home and learn to cook and sew." Malala heard these words, and her heart filled with anger. "This isn't right," she told her father. "How can they take away our dreams?" Ziauddin looked at his 11-year-old daughter and saw something special in her eyes. Not fear, but determination. "If you have the courage to speak, I'll support you," he said. And so began the journey of a girl who would not be silenced. If you're following along this far, leave the word polyglot in the comments so I know you're part of this select group of people. By the time Malala was 11, the Taliban had banned girls from attending school. Many of her friends stopped going too scared to defy the rules. But Malala refused to give up. With her father's encouragement, she began writing a blog for the BBC under the name Gul Makai. In her blog, she shared what life was like under the Taliban's control, how she missed her classroom, how she dreamed of learning, and how she believed education could change the world. "One book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change everything," she wrote. Her words were simple but powerful, and soon people around the world started listening. Malala didn't stop there. She spoke at local events, gave interviews, and stood up for girls' rights. "I want every girl to have a chance to learn," she said boldly. Her voice became a beacon of hope in the Swat Valley, but it also made her a target. The Taliban grew angry. "This girl is dangerous," they whispered. "She's challenging our power." Malala knew she was in danger, but she didn't back down. If I stay quiet, who will speak for the millions of girls who can't, she thought. Her courage was unstoppable, but it came with a price. On October 9th, 2012, the world changed forever. Malala, now 15, was riding the school bus home with her friends. Suddenly, the bus stopped. Armed Taliban men climbed aboard. One of them shouted, "Who is Malala?" Before anyone could react, he fired 3 shots. A bullet struck Malala in the head, and she collapsed. The other girls screamed as the bus filled with fear. No one thought Malala would survive. She was rushed to a hospital in Pakistan, where doctors fought to save her. But her condition was critical, and she was flown to Birmingham, United Kingdom, for advanced treatment. The news spread like wildfire. People across the globe, children, teachers, leaders, prayed for her recovery. Protests erupted against the Taliban, and Malala's name became a rallying cry for education. The attack meant to silence her had the opposite effect. It made her voice louder than ever. After months of surgeries and recovery, Malala opened her eyes. Her first words were a promise. "I will not stop. Education is my right, and I will fight for it." The world watched in awe as this young girl turned tragedy into strength. Malala's survival was a miracle, but her journey was just beginning. She settled in Birmingham with her family and returned to school, determined to keep learning. In 2013, on her 16th birthday, she gave a powerful speech at the United Nations. "The terrorists thought a bullet would silence me, but they failed," she said. "Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died that day. Strength, power, and courage were born." The audience stood and cheered, moved by her words. Malala founded the Malala Fund, a nonprofit dedicated to helping girls go to school worldwide. She traveled to places like Nigeria, Jordan, and Syria, meeting girls who faced war, poverty, and oppression, but still dreamed of learning. In 2014, at just 17, Malala became the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. "This award is for every girl who dreams but has no voice," she said humbly. Her message spread across the globe, inspiring millions to fight for education. Today, Malala continues her work, writing books, speaking at events, and reminding the world that one voice can spark a revolution. Malala Yousafzai's story is more than a tale of survival. It's a lesson in courage, hope, and the power of education. She teaches us that a single voice, no matter how young, can change the world. Malala faced guns with a pencil, hatred with love, and fear with action. She shows us that education isn't just about books, it's about freedom, opportunity, and the right to dream. Let me ask you something. What's holding you back from speaking up? Maybe it's fear of failure, doubt, or the thought that your voice is too small. But Malala proves that courage means acting even when you're scared. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. Pick up your pen, share your ideas, chase your dreams. Because if a 15-year-old girl can stand up to terrorists, you can stand up to your fears. Malala's story reminds us that every choice matters. Choose courage over silence. Choose hope over despair. Choose education over ignorance. Your voice is your power. Use it. The story of Malala Yousafzai is proof that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Be the change you want to see, she would say. So let her courage inspire you to chase your dreams, learn English, and make a difference. Practice your listening with this story. Speak up and let your voice shine. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If Malala's story moved you, if it sparked something inside you, leave polyglot in the comments and hit that like button. Subscribe to Speak Fast English Polyglots and turn on the bell for more stories that will boost your English and inspire your heart. Until next time, keep learning, keep dreaming, and keep speaking.